West Ham 1, Crystal Palace 2. Scott, what do you make of that?
Terrible, mate, to be honest. I thought, first half, I thought we were the better side, but that's not really a compliment because I thought it was just a shit half of football. I didn't think Crystal Palace offered anything, really, to be honest. I'm still shocked that we've lost that game. Like, not because we were good, necessarily. I think we've one of the worst games of football we've played this season. We didn't really create much. Haller had a great chance in the first half that probably should have gone in, but thinking about it, I think it's one of them chances where you're a bit too close to the keeper, if that makes sense. I think, you know, if he was a yard further out, he's got a bit more chance to put it somewhere, but it was just a terrible game of football. And when we went 1-0 up, I thought it was that bad of a game that's it, we've won. You know, there's not going to be many more chances in the game. Declan Rice is unlucky to give away the penalty when he did. And the offside, I need to see it again. I mean, I saw it slightly at the end. I think it was off.
Yeah, it was on.
He was on. Sorry, just, but not by much. And I'm just dumbfounded, really, because I do genuinely think we were, out of the two sides, I think we were probably the better side.
So where has it gone wrong then? Like, everybody keeps saying we played poorly and stuff. Why have we played poorly?
I don't know what it is. I think it comes back to this motivation. I mean, against the smaller clubs or the mediocre clubs, shall we say, of the Premier League, like the Palaces and the Newcastles and everyone else of the world, we seem to just kind of turn up and expect to get a result. Like, and we're not good enough to walk a game. You know, we're not a Man City that can turn up on 50% and still win. I think against these clubs we just don't really come across as the team that we show against a Liverpool or a Chelsea or a Tottenham when we play them. You know, I think we turn up for the bigger clubs. But today it really comes down to chances created and not being clinical enough, I think, really, at the end of the day.
What do you make of Pellegrini's substitutions today? He brought off Lanzini for Fornals, and he took off Yarmolenko for Jack Wilshere, moved Fornals out. The last one, I think, was because Creswell needed to come off for Zabaleta, but the other two is sort of when Pellegrini has to affect the game with his substitutions.
Yeah, I think as much as I like Pellegrini as a manager, I think one of the question marks for me is his substitutions. I don't think he ever gets it right as such. I don't think he ever gets it drastically wrong, but I don't think he makes the changes that are going to change the game. For me today, Anderson probably should have come off over Yarmolenko. I think if there was going to be a player that was going to create a chance for us today, it was going to be Yarmolenko. I thought he played quite well. As for Lanzini, today I don't think he actually had a great game. Not to his standards, at least, anyway. But I do think that Fornals needs to step up now. He's had, 7 or 8 games in different appearances, whether as subs or starting. He's not set the world alight at all. So I think it's getting to the point now where he really needs to start to step up. But I don't know what else Pellegrini could have done today, really, from the bench, if I'm honest. As much as I don't rate his substitutions, the players that we started with should have been enough to win the game, and they just didn't turn up.
Apart from Anderson, is there anyone else out there that you felt let us down today a little bit?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think our midfield played very well, especially considering the fact that Milivojevic wasn't playing, and we should have had the rub of the green in midfield, but we just didn't really step up to the plate. Noble wasn't as influential as we've seen him in recent games. Declan Rice had a decent game up to the point he gave away the penalty, I thought. But other than that, I just think we were not sloppy in possession, but not enough, not kind of clinical enough in possession. We wanted to keep just passing it sideways and back to the keeper, and I don't think Roberto had anything wrong with his game today necessarily. I think he was the one player at the beginning of the game where I was like, that's where we're in trouble. But if anything, he came out of it all right. It's the players around him that let him down today, and I think there's a few chances that have just gone against us.
Fantastic, thank you very much, appreciate it as always.
Cheers, mate.